You won't believe what my HOA found when they tried to drain my lake. They said my lake was too big, too deep, and against their rules. They wanted to take control of it, fine me, and turn it into a park for their members. But when their machines started pumping the water out, something strange began to appear from under the water. At first we thought it was just old rocks. Then we saw rooftops, and roads, and even a church bell sticking out from the mud. That's when everyone went silent. Because what they found under my lake was not just dirt, it was an entire forgotten town, hidden for more than 70 years. And that's where everything changed. The HOA didn't just make a mistake. They uncovered a secret that should have stayed buried. Stay with me till the end of this story, because what happened next will make you look at every calm lake with new eyes. And before we start, make sure to subscribe to my channel, HOA Drama Diaries, where I share the wildest HOA stories that will shock you every time. I live near a small lake. It is a calm and nice place. I like to sit there in evening. I can see the water, the trees, and sometimes birds flying. It feels peaceful. But one day, everything changed because of the HOA. The HOA people always think they control everything. They tell us what color we can paint, what tree we can cut, even what light we can use. They always have rules, too many rules, but this time they did something very big. One morning, I see many trucks near the lake, big pipes, big machines, and workers. I ask one man, "What happened here?" He say, "HOA want to drain the lake. They say it is dirty and full of waste." I was shocked. Drain the lake? That lake is there from long time before I even move here. I said, "But this lake is not dirty. It is beautiful." The worker only smiled and said, "Sir, we just follow order." I went to HOA office. Is Mr. Jenkins, the HOA president, sit in his chair like a king. I said, "Why you drain the lake?" He said, "It is not safe. It attract bugs and smell bad. It reduce property value." I said, "That is not true. This lake is clean." He looked angry and said, "It is final. Work will start tomorrow." Next morning, they start the work. Machines made big noise. Pipes go into the water. Slowly the water start going down. I stand there and watch. My heart feel heavy. After few hours I start to see bottom part of the lake. Mud, stones, old wood. The air smells strange, like old dust. Some people from town also came to watch. They all say, "Wow, look, there is something down there." At first it looked like big stones, but when more water go out we see something strange. A small wall, and then what looked like a roof. People start taking pictures. One old man said, "That looked like a house." Another woman said, "No, that looked like an old building." Then one worker shout, "Hey, I found a bell." He pulls something from the mud. It was half broken, but shiny. Everyone come close. The bell had words written on it. St. Mary's Church, 1952. People looked confused. One old lady who lived here many years came slowly near. She looked at that bell and started crying. She said in low voice, "That is the old church. It was under this lake." Everyone went silent. Some people did not believe her. She said, "Yes, many years ago, before the flood, there was a small town here. The water came fast one night and everything went under. The people, the houses, the school, all gone. They make this lake after that." We all stand there, quiet. The HOA people looked nervous. They did not expect this. They only wanted to remove the lake, but now something big was found. Next day, news people came. Cameras, lights, questions. They asked the HOA, "Did you know about this old town?" Mr. Jenkins said, "No comment." He looked scared. The workers keep draining the lake slowly. More and more things come out. You can see roofs, roads, even an old car half inside the mud. It looked like time stopped there. At night, I went near the lake again. No one was there. It was quiet, only wind sound. I look at the old church shape under the moon. It looks sad, but also strange. Then, I hear something. A sound, like a small bell ringing. Once, twice, again. I looked around, but no one was there. The sound come from the water. My heart start beating fast. I wanted to go back home, but I stand still. I think maybe wind moved the bell, but no wind. Everything still. The sound came again, soft, slow, deep. I felt cold. I went back home fast. That night I could not sleep. I keep hearing that bell in my head. Ding, ding, ding. Next morning the HOA meeting happened again. Mr. Jenkins said, "Work will continue." But his face looked pale, his eyes tired. One worker said, "Sir, maybe we stop? People say strange things happening at night." Jenkins shout, "Nonsense! Finish the job!" Everyone was scared, but they keep working. No one knew what was still under that lake. No one knew the old town was waiting to be seen again, and maybe it did not want to be touched. Next day, the lake was almost empty. Only little water left on one side. You could now see many things that was never seen before. Old wood, pieces of wall, doors, and even a street sign half broken. People from town come again to see. News vans were everywhere, cameras rolling. It felt like a movie, but it was real. The HOA people stand near the edge trying to act normal, but their faces show worry. Mr. Jenkins was there too, looking down at the mud. He say, "We need to finish this work fast," but everyone could see he was scared. One worker said, "Sir, there is something strange. We found some steps under the mud going down." Jenkins said, "Ignore it. Just clean it." But the worker said, "No, sir, this is not normal. The steps go deep, maybe to basement or tunnel." Jenkins walked away. But I went near the worker. He pointed at the mud. I could see 3 steps made of stone, old, wet, but still strong. It was like they go into the ground. I said, "What if something is down there?" He said, "I don't know, but we better tell someone." Soon police and few history people came. They look around, take photos. One history man said, "This could be a lost town, maybe from 1950s flood." Everyone was shocked again. Then one man from town said, "My grandfather told me story. He said when flood came, people run away, but some never came back. The water covered the whole town. The sun was setting now. The air feel heavy. The mud smell bad. Crows flying over the place, making loud sound. It looked scary, like something alive was hiding there." That night, I could not sleep again. The bell sound came back in my head. Ding, ding, ding. I tried to tell myself it was just wind, but I wasn't sure. In the morning, the HOA said work will stop for few days. They said safety check needed, but I knew they were scared. People start talking on internet. Sunken town found under lake. Some people say ghosts live there. Others say it is cursed. Next day I went there again. The police had put yellow tape. No one can enter. But I stand far and look. Some kids were also there, throwing stones in mud. Suddenly one of the kids shout, "Look, something shining." Everyone turned to look. In the mud, near the old steps, something metal was showing. Police went near. Pull it out. It was an old box, rusted but closed. They clean it slowly. On top, some letters were carved. It say, "Town Hall, Records." Police opened the box. Inside were many papers, all wet and brown. But one paper was still okay. It say, "Evacuation Notice, 1952." At the bottom, a list of names, people who lived in the town. Some names had Red Cross on them. One old man from crowd came near and said, "Those Red Cross means dead." His voice was shaking. Everyone silent again. After that, things start getting weird. One worker said his truck door opened at night by itself. Another said he hear voices when he worked near the church area. Some said they see lights under the mud at night. HOA said all lies, but workers start leaving job. Jenkins got angry. He shout, "No one leave. We finish this project." But no one listened. Only few workers stayed, scared but needed money. Then one morning when I came to see, something big happened. One machine had fallen into the mud. The driver gone. Police search whole day, but no body found. Only the seatbelt was open, and footprints in mud, going to the old church door. That church was still half covered with water. The door opened little bit, moving slowly, like someone inside was pushing it. The police closed that area, but at night I saw something. I was standing far, near my house window. The moonlight was bright. I saw light near the church again. Soft yellow light, like candle. I saw shadows moving inside. Slow, not fast, like people walking inside. I could not believe my eyes. I took my phone, tried to record, but camera only show black. The light disappear. Then again the bell sound. Ding, ding, ding. Next day news came that HOA stopped the lake work forever. They said government will handle it now. Mr. Jenkins resigned. He said nothing, just left. Some say he saw something that night too. After that, many people stopped coming near the lake. It looks scary now, empty, quiet. The mud start drying and more buildings appear. A school, a small store, and a bridge half broken. It was like the town was waking up again after many years. One group of history experts came with machines. They scanned the area. One man said, "This town was real. It was called Maple Hollow. It was lost after it. Or a flood in 1952, government made lake on top to hide it. When people ask why hide it, he said slow, because the flood was not natural. The dam broke after human mistake. Many people died. They cover it to forget the guilt. Everyone shocked. The HOA did not know this truth. They only wanted to make land clean, but by doing that, they opened the past. That night, again, I saw the church light, but this time, I was not scared. I walked close. The air was cold, silent. My feet sink in the mud. I went near the door. I could hear something. It was like whisper, many voices together. I could not understand the words, but it sounded sad. I said, "Hello?" The whisper stopped. Then from inside, I hear one soft voice say, "Leave us." I stepped back. I could not move for a few seconds. The door of the church moved slowly by itself. I ran back, my heart beating fast. I look again from far, the light still there, shining on the cross at top. Next morning, I told police, but they laugh. They said, "Sir, you are tired." But that night, 2 guards ran away from duty. They said they hear children laughing near the water. After some days, the government cover the place again. They fill water back slowly, not full, but enough to hide the mud. They say it is for safety, but I think they just want to hide everything again. Now the lake looks calm again. Birds fly over it. People sometimes walk near, but no one talks about what was under. Sometimes when wind blows, I still hear that bell sound. Ding, ding, ding. It comes from deep under the water, and when I look at that side of lake, I feel like someone looking back at me. Some nights, when moon is bright, if you look close you can still see something underwater, the top of the old church, shining a little, like it remember everything. People ask me, "Do you still live there?" I say yes, I cannot leave, because I feel that town, still alive under that lake, waiting. And sometimes I think maybe the HOA did not find the town by mistake. Maybe the town wanted to be found. Maybe it was calling. Now the lake is full again. People think everything is normal, but I know the truth. Under that water, a whole town is still sleeping. The houses, the church, maybe even the people who never left. Sometimes when I walk near the lake at night, I see small lights under the water, and I feel like the past is still alive, watching us, waiting. Maybe one day, the lake will speak again. Maybe one day, the truth will come out. If you like this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel HOA Drama Diaries for more amazing and shocking stories like this. See you in the next video.